It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
I honestly thought you were pulling my leg.
What? I wouldn't dream of it.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament. You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos. To complicate matters, the calamity I speak of does not take place in your time. This may be difficult to believe, but I am writing to you from 10 years in the future. I know this is a lot to take in, but I'll explain it all soon. For now, I ask that you head to the clock shop on Midland Road in Baldwin. I look forward to seeing you again. Your student, Luke Triton.
Strange as it sounds, it seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
From my future self? But how is that even possible?
I don't know, but it does raise the question, if this letter is indeed authentic, how did it get here?
By time-traveling postman? Just joking, of course. But on a more serious note, I think this mystery might be the oddest one we've ever encountered.
Indeed. And even in the future, you seem to need my help in solving it. Your constancy can be quite a comfort in these uncertain times, my boy.
Well, thank you, I suppose. But back to the main question. How do we know the letter is real?
Well, we haven't much to go on yet. But I can't help but think that this strange occurrence is connected to the terrible events of last week.
It all started about a week ago.
Using a six-dimension alpha distributor, I was able to guide a concentrated stream of Hammer particles through a temporal vortex, more commonly known as a wormhole. This stream of particles allowed me to divine the terminal points of the vortex. Armed with this information, the next step was to artificially distort the flow of time and generate a massive magnetic field via a Sula coil. Once the magnetic field is firmly established, one has the ability to quite literally punch holes, or hive gaps, into the very fabric of space-time. After this crucial step, it is simply a matter of constructing an energy gate.
Quite the spread we have here, Inspector. Though, it does make me wonder what we did to deserve invitations to such a feast.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement. It's only natural I'd be invited to an important event such as this.
I suppose that's possible.
Possible, you say?
Probable. Highly probable, sir.
food is simply dreadful, Bill. Do get this over with quickly so we can leave.
Oh, yes, dear.
I have to say, I feel a bit out of place here, Professor.
That's quite understandable, Luke. I'm sure most people would feel the same way in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Hey, look! I think I see Inspector Chelmy over there. So, Professor, what do you think about this whole event? Do you believe that someone has really built a working time machine?
I'm not entirely sure. Still, if it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
Well, I, for one, am very excited. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself. And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
Why do you say that? Ah, of course. That must be your famous intuition talking, huh?
That's one way of putting it, but enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
That guard? What about him?
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
Oh, so we have an intruder in our midst. Here's my answer. I knew it!